We are working with this new guy. His name's Caraway right now, but we're going to see why his name changes. I'll be introducing y'all to him. He's never been on a leash before, and so he is not very happy, but being honest, he's going to be working outside over here and over at the bird farm. He's got to learn to be contained, I guess, at times to keep him safe. So we're working on equipment and stuff. He's going to have to be tied up, but most of the time he'll be loose. Not happy. Not a happy puppy. But he's been up for a while, so I think he's going to pass out in a minute. Alright everybody, so take a little break from doing some milling work, and I had an idea the other day. I'm going to run it by Robert, and we're going to go through and collect some of the wood, but I'm going to build a gate and a fence back where the dogs are that I think look a little bit prettier. So we're going to go through here and get some of start getting some of this wood organized and separated so I can dig up what I want to use. And I like building stuff. That's kind of that's my rest, my relaxing time. So take a little bit of a break from the sawmill for a few minutes and still be productive. And that is a big pile of wood.
Yes, it is.
There is so much wood there. All right. Like I said, that is a big pile of wood. Alright everybody, so we've got some blocks here. We've started moving our offshoot wood over just because we need to get rid of it, and I want to get it up off the ground so that we can use it as we need to. So I'm going to show you how we are going to get this set up to store our wood. the bird farm struck. Didn't hurt anything, but I cut some little stuff, and this was, you know, stuff hidden up underneath the leaves. I mean, you couldn't even see it. And boy, it sucked that rag all the way up. But nothing hurt.
Well, we know how strong that chainsaw is. I'm sure it pulled it as far as it could take it.
It's coming out the bottom.
Wow.
That might have just barely caught the lip too, because it was, you couldn't see it. I wasn't even near the dirt.
There it is.
Catch it ain't too bad. Just a little bit. Love how this thing is made, because most of the time I'm worrying about those stupid bolts that drop and stuff, but those don't come off. All right, everybody, so here's my idea. We are going to take these offcuts here and I'm going to make a fence that goes in front of the middle of the front yard where the dogs are. One that'll last forever. So I'm going to make a fence that goes down in front where the wood is now, but we're about to move the wood. And it's going to be a post. They're going to be 8-foot sections. Because I know I don't have enough 12-foot sections, so it'll be 8-foot sections. So this is what the fence will look like. I think it'll look pretty good. It'll be a good use of this. And since this is, you know, it's not treated wood, but the post in the ground I'll still treat. All I have to do is just spray some Thompson's water seal on this a couple times a year, and once every couple of years, and it'll be fine. So the first thing I'm going to do to get started, so it kind of give me a eyeball, see if I really like it, is I'm going to make my gate. So we've just measured the tractor at its widest point, it's about 5.5 feet. So I'm going to make the gate part so I can get into the backyard with my and have plenty of room. I'm gonna make the gate 7 foot. So in typical Aaron fashion, I'm building as I go. I've got, I think most of the stuff I need here, we'll be cutting most of it with the chainsaw, and I'm just gonna make a gate that's about 4 foot high, and use all the scrap lumber. I think it will end up looking pretty good. It will definitely be heavy and strong, so we're going to have to do some extra supporting on our post in the ground. So, not really sure, but we're going to, not sure how it's going to look, but it's going to be an experiment, and we're going to find out. And you can see over here, we started bringing all our wood over, up on cinder blocks. That's just, we need to get all the wood off the ground, and then I keep cleaning up. This is pretty much going to be nothing but little buildings and my wood kiln and all the way down through this section here, so that I can have somewhere to store all that wood and start getting the front yard cleaned up. So we'll go on time lapse. I'm gonna get started cutting some wood and piecing this thing together. since we cut everything with the chainsaw, obviously squaring can be problematic, especially when you are using literally the trash wood from the scrap pile. So what I'm going to do is, the center post is not where it's going to go. I'm just going to go ahead and get some screws in on the top or the bottom, and then we're going to square it as we go, because I'm thinking that more than likely, instead of having a center post here, I'm still working on the design, how to look best to be the strongest. I might end up running diagonal support on this thing instead of the one center support. So we're just going to have to see how it comes out and looks. But what do you think, Robert? I think it looked pretty cool. I was thinking it might be all right.
I like it, and I think that great minds definitely think alike, because I was thinking about the diagonal support too while we were looking at it.
Yeah, I think that would kind of make it stand out a little bit.
Yeah.
So, I never know, it's an experiment, and if nothing else, hopefully it'll look all right. But bottom line is, for just a gate and just you know, some fencing at the house, I could either go spend, let's not even talk about the money it would cost to buy a gate already made, or I could use my pretty nice wood that I want to build some nicer stuff with. So if this looks good, it's just another use for that massive pile of scrap wood, which I think we're going to be getting a lot of use out of. So let's start getting a couple screws in this thing and getting it squared up and set up. All right, everybody, so we got it generally squared up, and I think we are going to go with the diagonals. Me and Robert were looking at it. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this thing over. We'll have to re-square it when we flip it, because we only have one screw in each side, and I will double check. It'll actually be easier to square up from the back side, and that's going to let us, when we put our X's in, that's going to be all of our support. So once we get it squared in, we'll put our diagonal this way, and I'm thinking probably another one this way, and that's going to let us get it really nice and tight. Then we will put a few more screws in it, and I think it'll be all right. So if you want to leave it on real time there, Robert, let's flip it over. Nope. Oh. This is not it's not light. Hey, you can see we kind of tweaked it a little bit, so we're going to, that's why I only will put one screw in each side, that way I can flip it over and get the get it good and square. All right. Man, how did I get it? I either just guys, well, there you have it. It's pretty solid too, and it is not light. What do you think? I think it weighs about 100 pounds ish.
Something like that. More than 100 pounds.
Yeah, it's heavy. So we will be getting Alright, so we're learning a little bit at a time about our tie out. He's been tied up for about, I don't know, 5 whole minutes.
Yeah.
So getting him used to it. But we've got our gate built, and now we will go over and probably go ahead and scout some posts. And then on the next video, I can show you guys my plans for putting the posts in the ground. And then because this gate is heavy, it is going to have to be reinforced to keep from the post that it's on, as well as the gate itself is going to have to be reinforced to keep it from sagging. So we'll be showing you guys how to do that.
But remarkable, good looking farm gate that didn't cost anything but some screws.
And especially, yeah, because it was literally all that would otherwise go to the burn pile.
Yep, exactly.
That would all been burn pile wood. I think it looks, I thought it would look pretty good, but it definitely looks a little bit better than...
I'm a big fan of the X. I really like that.
Yes.
Do you like it?
Puppy likes it.
He approves, yeah.
He does. Puppy approved. Now you're gonna go eat something. All right, guys. Well, I hope you liked this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned because we will be getting to work on this gate sometime in the near future, and the fence. Like I said, I just need to take a couple minutes, take a breather from the sawmill, and now it's back to the sawmill.
I actually have to leave.
Yeah, sounds about right, huh? All right, guys. We'll see you next time.